Hello, in today's video we will be testing Kazuha. We'll put him head to head with other anime supports in 4 different scenarios. We'll see how much value he provides compared to the other characters. How Kazuha outclassed every anime support? Let's find out. Kazuha, and I was waiting for him for very long time. And you know what happened after I got him? Nothing. Literally nothing. I was waiting for him for so long that this became my main goal of the game. And after I reach this goal, I just don't know what to do afterwards. Of course, I level up him. And after that I started to wandering in different places, without doing any particular. I don't know how much time I was doing this, but then I thought, he's a support? Yes. He's a buffer? Yes. Let's test how much value he brings on my account. Let's see how much Kazuha is better than anime supports that I already have on my account. And we will test this in 4 different variations. And before we go to that, let's see at my Kazuha's build. For the weapon, I was lucky enough to get Cyphers R3. This weapon good on him because of Elemental Mastery substat. Energy recharge passive is pretty good, but I wouldn't say this is game changing. For artifacts, of course, full set VV with all Elemental Mastery. Constellation 0 with talent 6, H and H. For the stats we have 1300 attack, but this doesn't matter. 969 Elemental Mastery. Crit ratio 4164, but this doesn't matter too. And with this Kazuha we would be played today. So let's go for the testing. Amplifying reactions. Because we've got C1 D-Look while we were pulling for Kazuha, I want to test how he will improve my D-Look vaporized team. And Kazuha's contestant in this team will be Sucrose. And what Sucrose provide to this team? Of course, elemental resistance shred with VV. Very important thing, elemental mastery. But we cannot use thrilling tales in this team. So we are going with sacrificial fragments for more elemental mastery. And her C6 will be kinda useless, because we need to infuse her burst with Hydra. And let's see how much damage we'll be dealing with these buffs. So starting with Bennett, applying Pyro, swirling Pyro, using Sucrose burst, using Xingqiu, going to D-Look, and 107 burst, 40 HK first skill, 49 second, and last 67k. Nice. Sucrose working perfectly fine here, and we are dealing pretty decent damage. And now let's move to Kazuha, and what buffs Kazuha will provide to this team? Of course, elemental resistance shred from VV, and with 969 elemental mastery we will have 30 H elemental damage bonus. And with Kazuha actually we can double swirl in this team. And now let's see how much damage we'll be dealing. So using Xingqiu skill, Xingqiu burst, another Xingqiu skill, going to Kazuha to swirl Hydra. Bennett's burst, Bennett's skill, going to Kazuha again, using Kazuha's skill, and now going to D-Look, burst, 97k, 44k first skill, 46 second, and 63 last skill. Damage is decent, but it actually lower. Yes, elemental mastery is very important in these kind of teams, but let's remember that Kazuha made double swirl and Xingqiu doing 2k more damage with every sword. But anyways, damage wise Sucrose is still better. But let's see how situation will change in different team. Perma Freeze team. And now let's test Kazuha in my Ayaka's team. This team doesn't need elemental mastery, so situation may change. But in this team we have different contestant, Venti. This team requires stronger crowd control, that's why Venti is better than Sucrose. For the buffs, of course VV, and my Venti has elegy for the end, which gives us additional 20% attack. Yes, this is a little bit unfair, but I want to test how much better become my account, so we will be using elegy anyways. And now for the damage test. Alright, starting with Shenhe's burst, Venti skill and burst, Shenhe's skill to come closer, Mona skill and burst, going to Aika sprint, normal attack, burst, 52k, going to Venti, going to Shenhe, and we are done. I wasn't able to finish rotation, but with all buffs we was doing 52k. And now for the Kazuha, and first of all, with Kazuha our rotation will be a lot easier. And we'll have the same VV and elemental damage bonus buffs. And I want to talk about Cyphers. This team is energy hungry, and Cypher's passive will come really in handy. So let's test the damage, starting with Shenhe's skill, Shenhe's burst, Kazuha's skill, Mona's skill, Mona's burst, Ayaka's sprint, Ayaka normal attack, Ayaka's burst, 55k going to Shenhe, going to Kazuha, and boss is done again. We are not able to finish our rotation. But with all boss we was doing 55k. And yes, in this team Kazuha was doing more damage. Elemental damage bonus is more preferable than an attack, but the damage higher only by a small fraction, 2,500 per burst tick. But anyways, this round is on Kazuha. Dendro teams. I think Dendro team that benefit the most from having Anemo character in it is Aggravate, because elemental resistance decrease can improve directly bonus damage from Aggravate. That's why we will be testing him in Kitsin's team. His competitor in this team will be against Sucrose. And in this team Sucrose just go insane with the buffs. Of course VV Shred and Elemental Mastery, but most importantly Thrilling Tales. 40 HP attack is not a joke. And another important thing, her C6. Yes, we will be buffing elemental damage, just like Kazuha. And I think Kazuha doesn't have any chance against Sucrose in this team. But anyways, let's test the damage, starting with applying Electra, Nahida skill and burst, Dori burst and skill, Sucrose skill, Sucrose burst, going to Kitsin, Kitsin normal attack, Kitsin's burst, and we will be measuring last hit, 75k. And some 32, 22, the damage just insane. If you know how to thrill in Aggravate teams, Anemo characters can skyrocket your damage. And now for the Kazuha, and Kazuha is still really great character for this team. First of all, with Kazuha it's a lot easier to thrill. And for the buff he still has VV, and his elemental damage buff is a lot higher than Sucrose. And both of these buffs are directly affecting Aggravate's bonus damage. So let's see how much damage we'll do with Kazuha. Applying Electra, Nahida skill, Nahida's burst, Dori burst, Dori's skill, Kazuha's skill, Kazuha's burst, Kitsin's skill, normal attack, burst, and the last hit, 60 HK, and some 30, 35, 36k damage. So with Kazuha damage is still insane. And Kazuha actually really surprised me here. I thought with Sucrose damage will be way better, but Kazuha proved that his buff is really relevant too. Anyways, obviously Sucrose is the winner here. Mono teams. Anemo characters is often used in mono teams. In this type of teams, most of the time you have 3 characters with one element and one Anemo character for VV Shred. And I want to test him in mono Pyro Yoimiya team. I finally almost finished her. Right now she's level 81 with talent H2 and 2. Yeah, I'm still farming for her. And again, our competitor will be Sucrose. Yes, in this team we have VV Shred, and Sucrose can use her C6, but her Elemental Mastery buff will be irrelevant. And we have problems with Thrilling Tales. Thrilling Tales can buff only one character, and in this team we need to choose between Yoimiya and Xiangling. We cannot buff both. Because we are testing against single target, I will buff Yoimiya. And now let's add the damage. Starting Bennet skill, Bennet burst, Goba, Xiangling's burst, Sucrose burst, Sucrose skill, going to Yoimiya using skill, dodging, and starting normal attack. 35, 53k, 52k. So max damage was 53k and Xiangling was doing 18k. Yes, we'll be measuring Xiangling's damage too. And now for the Kazuha. And good thing about Kazuha, with his passive he can buff both Xiangling and Yoimiya. We don't need to choose between them. And now let's add the damage. So applying Pyro, Swirling Pyro, Benet's burst, Goba, Xiangling's burst, Kazuha burst, going to Yoimiya using her skill, maximum damage, 53k. But Xiangling doing 22k with her burst, so Kazuha is doing better. We was doing the same damage with Yoimiya because we have diminishing returns on attack in this team. We have Pyro Resonance and we have Bennett. That White Thrilling Tales buff is not that strong. And Kazuha was buffing Xiangling too. And clearly he is the winner here. So right now Kazuha won 2 times and lose 2 times. But he has more buffs that we tested. On his C2 he has insane 200 Elemental Mastery buff. And if you got it, his buffing potential will be just insane. And as I'm seeing right now, people don't mind to go for signature weapons. And he has supportive signature weapon. We can have additional 20% attack and pretty unique buff that buffs not only normal attack, but charge and plunge attack too. And if we had him at his maximum potential, other anime supports wouldn't had any chance. But why Kazuha outclassed any other anime support even at C0? Yes, at C0 he is not strongest buffer, but he provides other type of utility. He has quality of life changes compared to others, and I think the main thing that his crowd control put enemies right in front of your face. Sucra's crowd control can be unrelied and throw enemies all over the place. Venti's crowd control require you to move and reposition a lot. Yes, Kazuha's crowd control is not the strongest, but it's most comfortable to use. And the benefits don't end here. Kazuha's crowd control is the skill and don't have any energy requirements. Yes, other characters doesn't have any energy problems, but you still need to feed them particles and lose some portion of your time. Kazuha's crowd control has lowest cooldown, 6 seconds for the press version and 9 seconds for the hold version. And almost every time you switch to Kazuha, you will have his skill ready, which I cannot say about Sucra's with 20-second cooldown, and even Venti with 15-second cooldown. With them, if you fight a lot of waves of enemies, you would need to wait. Kazuha is still really good against bosses and enemies that you cannot crowd control. Sucra's is decent against them, but her burst AoE is not that big, and enemies can leave its location, even if they doesn't move a lot. And Venti against non-controllable enemies is just pain. You need to have perfect positioning and move here and there a lot. And if enemies can move a lot, Venti can become just useless. And another Kazuha utility these two doesn't have. Kazuha can dodge attack with his skill. When we are in the air, some attacks just cannot reach you. And with the damage that right now we have in Spiral Abyss, sometimes this can be your savior. And I think this is the main reason why Kazuha outclassed every other anime character. So, thank you for the watching, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.